They are also under regulatory pressure, specifically on the WeChat walled gardens and the release of games in China. The question I have in what is the likelihood that they will follow in the footsteps of Alibaba in splitting up the company?
That's a very good question. I hadn't even really thought about that. I think that, well, first of all, they're not under really the same type of regulatory pressure. I think Alibaba had its hands in many, many more different pies as an independent player, whereas Tencent, for better or worse, some people did not like their investment strategy, but they were basically doing investments, right? They were doing minority stakes because they didn't want to create their own competitor in the market. That was the favored solution for a while. And then 1, 2 years ago, all of a sudden people decided they didn't like it. But now they might like it again. I don't know. The market is fickle because again, there are pros and cons to both strategies. And I think that for Tencent, the gaming pressure is actually quite released now. I think they're no longer really under too much regulatory pressure on the gaming side. For WeChat, this is really the one place where they are dominant, right? And they just have to be very careful not to discriminate against third parties, against other players. So the walled garden stuff, I mean, the main gripe that people had against them, which is that you couldn't access, Taobao stuff from inside, has been solved for a while now. I actually haven't followed up to see how that has changed Alibaba's business. I'm very curious if it has. But I do think that on that respect, I don't think they are, in too much danger either because they've solved the most acute complaint. For them to break up, you mean like basically WeChat, cloud, maybe, and then their gaming division? It's possible. But again, I think that their businesses, there's just like far fewer of them where they're super dominant, where it's super clear that they have a good reason to be split off. Whereas Alibaba, you have like the finance piece, you have the logistics piece, right? The cloud piece, et cetera, where they are number one. Yeah, I think Tencent's going to face less pressure, but they might as well do it too. I mean, I think it's a great idea. One company that's been doing it for a while now, it's JD. JD does this regularly. They're constantly trying to spin off. They haven't been that successful, I think, in the sense that none of their spinoffs have been marquee deals. And a lot of people might not even know they have a lot of spinoffs, but they do because it's a really great way to access capital.